Do you guys
This is not
remember
right, man.
domesticated dogs? That's when
Mhm.
genetic engineering all started.
And
No,
look at how many
Oh,
problems.
wow.
You know, look at how
no,
many problems
Yeah, that would
modern
make
day
sense.
dogs have.
Breeding and crossbreeding, stuff like that.
no, no. It
And
Look
was
at all the
it,
problems.
it
Hey,
made
do you guys remember domesticated wheat? You remember how that's the body of your god? That's also genetic engineering.
no. Remember the human centipede? That's when it all started.
Dude, I don't know if you
Hey,
have a
hey,
garden
hey!
or
The
not,
human
but
centipede was surgical, not genetic.
Oh, okay.
dude,
All
I
right.
don't know if you have a garden or
Fly.
not,
The fly
but
was genetic.
try
The fly was
planting a
Yeah, you
tomato.
got me there with the fly.
fly
You
was
got me.
genetic.
Try planting a tomato this year and try eating it, and you'll see how different it is than from
Right.
the
Oh, yeah,
grocery
the
store.
fly
Yeah.
thing. There's more deformations. Like, see, if evolution was true, why are they deformities?
Can you even grow a tomato up there in the frigid north?
Yeah, we have summer.
Heck
We have
no, you
summer.
can't.
What are you talking about?
How do
I
you know
live
that
in
mouse?
Alaska.
How do you know that mouse wasn't like thinking like, why did this guy remove all of my genes? How do you know he wasn't feeling the effects?
This guy's a
You know
freaking
what?
jerk.
I'm just
Removing
gonna
all my
admit it right
genes.
now. I'm gonna admit.
Because it was
I'm
slower.
trying to make a point.
Tomatoes.
Here,
He's
Yes,
removing my
understand.
genes. He should have taken me out on a date first. He's removing my genes.
Diarrhea runs in my genes.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be the first one to admit it right here that I cannot read mouse minds.
Okay.
You would like
Yeah,
to.
so there's no way really.
wait, okay.
Until they start experimenting on
Wait
humans,
a
I have
minute.
a few candidates. I have a few candidates that we could use. Spazcock
But
twins.
I have
here's
a-
a good example of like how you could know that like a certain area of the genome isn't functional, right? If that position has a 25% chance of being each of the four letters, that means that the actual letter that it is doesn't make any difference if it's like a 25% chance of being any of them.
Oh, you want to get scientific with me, eh? Okay,
I
here
have a
it comes.
question.
Yeah,
I have a
you'll do
question.
that too, man.
I'll lay it
question
on you.
for-
You
for
want my
Grayson.
science hat on? I'll put my science hat on for
We
you.
get stand for truth. We get stand for
Grayson's
truth.
trembling in fear right now.
Have you ever tried a tomato from a grocery store and compare it to a freshly grown tomato? They're both tomatoes, but why does one taste so much different?
Have you ever
It's not
actually
full of
had a
steroids and
non-domesticated tomato? It doesn't taste that good.
That's what I'm saying. So the genetically modified ones are no good.
No,
They're always
no,
like
what
that.
I'm saying is that if you ever actually ate a natural, non-domesticated tomato, you would see that it's tiny, has very poor nutritional value, and doesn't taste good. The good ones are the domesticated ones that we've
No, you're
artificially
wrong,
selected.
dude. See, you don't garden. Trust me, I grow tomatoes.
Oh no!
I grow tomatoes. You try my tomatoes.
You grow domesticated tomatoes. I don't think that you're understanding the difference between a domesticated tomato and a genetically engineered tomato.
Dude, I can take
I don't
the
know.
seed.
The ones I
Listen,
grew tasted pretty good.
I can take the
But
seed
you're growing
from.
domesticated ones, not wild tomatoes.
No, listen.
Tomatoes.
I
You
can,
got
I,
some
can,
tomatoes.
I can take a seed
tasted
from a
good,
store-bought tomato, taste the tomato, plant that seed from the store-bought tomato. It grows and it tastes way better. It's the same seed.
Yeah, that's not a wild tomato, bro. I don't think you're understanding this distinction. Do you
Yes,
understand
why
what
did you-
domesticated
I'm not.
species
I'm
are?
not saying wild. I'm
Why
saying
do you bring up wild
genetically,
tomatoes?
genetically modified.
GMOs.
Okay,
I'm
well, if
talking
you
about
took the seed
GMO.
of a genetically modified tomato and grew it in your garden, that would still be a genetically modified tomato. It
Right,
would still
that's
have
what
the
I
same
thought.
DNA.
But I did that experiment, and I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
That's because you don't have all the pesticides and stuff that you have.
And the soil I have is way better than
So,
God
yeah,
knows what
soil
they
is
use.
important
Yeah,
too.
so then you're just proving my point that it's not the genetics then. It's just the soil.
So they're both same
I have a
DNA,
question for Grayson.
same DNA, right? But one tastes totally different than the other. So there's a difference, right? That's my point. They're both tomatoes.
They took the genes out of that tomato. That's why it tasted bad.
I have no idea, but you know what I'm saying? If you experience life like I experienced
It
it,
felt
then
violated.
you see it.
Look, let me tell you when God's going to return. I'm no prophet, but I believe God will return when He's had enough of this DNA playing around with the human genome.
Right?
I think He will return when
Right?
they create a clone.
Because we're not allowed to do this.
When they create a clone, that's when Jesus is going to be like, okay, Death Angel, time to go.
Think about it. He's the
Let's
creator.
roll.
You're not allowed to play the part of the creator. Okay,
So
that's
what
his
about
job.
that Chinese scientist that genetically engineered human babies a couple of years
What
ago?
about him? He's Chinese.
Oh, yucky.
I don't know if he did that.
Freaking newbie.
I mean,
He's
he did do
Chinese.
that.
He don't matter.
Are you
That
kidding me?
baby, that baby
My
only
God.
lived for like
But-
20 seconds.
No, the babies are still alive. But to be fair, all he
They're
did
still
was
alive.
Are you
change.
kidding me?
all-
That's
all
your
he did-
argument? What about
I'm
the
trying to
Chinese
explain
guy?
what he did.
What about the Chinese guy, boys?
Go find him and kill him.
Well, whoa, bro. Okay, you're supposed to be a Christian. You're not supposed to be advocating for killing anybody. So
Well, they're not humans. These are genetically modified.
holy
Clones.
cow, man, that is really.
Well, wait a minute. Wait a
weird
minute. As a
genocidal.
Christian, I would advocate for the death penalty of rapists and pedophiles.
Me too.
And genetically modified humans.
As an atheist, I would hope you would agree.
Well, yeah, I would agree as an atheist, but I don't see how you could agree as a Christian.
So
Why
after
not?
transsexualism,
Well, because it's
there's
not
gonna
your
be-
place, right? It's God's place to decide who lives and dies,
Hold
not
on.
yours.
Yeah, after
Well-
transsexualism, it's gonna be transhumanism.
It's
Everyone come
righteous,
Tuesday
is
to
what it
watch
is.
this. KBD, baby.